I really didn't want to have to do this, but it's pretty obvious that I'm just going to have to address this, what has become a commonality over the last 4 days in terms of responses to me. Yeah, I'm similar to TJ. Okay. There's not more than one fucking abrasive fat person in the world. You know? What the fuck? Yeah, you really think that I'm just doing this to copy him? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? This is the me that my friends see. This is the me that my family sees. I'm not exaggerating anything. You know, this is what I am 24/7. You know, I'm not embarrassed for getting the Amazing Atheist bump, because, you know, he's doing exactly what I would do if I was in his position. He had to struggle to get subscribers, you know, and he had to start from the ground up, but now, you know, he has the opportunity to take people that he likes their shit and just give them a little help, and that's awesome, and I think that's commendable, and I don't think I should be hated for getting some assistance, you know, and if nobody's bumping your shit, it's because you're not interesting. And trust me, I've clicked on your profiles, douchebags, and douchebags, you know who I'm talking about. You folks that like my stuff and can see past the similarities between me and TJ and just see that I'm just, you know, a guy, and this is me. This is not directed at you. You can totally ignore this video. I so didn't want to do it, but it's obvious that I'm going to have to. You know, you can just wait for my next video. This is just directed at these douchebags. Douchebags. What the fuck? You know, half of you, I can tell, are trolls. You're TJ trolls. You troll his shit. You subscribe to him so that you can bitch about his next video, no matter what it is, because, you know, that's just, I guess, your hobby, to dog on other people's work, I guess. I don't know why. You know, you accuse people like me and TJ of not having any lives, but you're the ones fucking following us around, insulting us from no real legitimate position, just insulting what we look like that fucking matters. You know, you make all these assumptions about me, like somebody was like, get a job, and it's like, well, you guessed that one correctly. I don't have a job right now. I'm a full-time student. I'm realistic enough to know that I'm the kind of person that needs to focus entirely on my schoolwork, and that's what I do. You know, I'm a history major, and I've always loved that kind of shit, so I'm putting all my effort into that. I don't need any extra money. I don't spend any extra money on shit. I'm just me. You know, it's not costing my mother anything to keep me here. Whatever. You know, my mom's barely here most of the time anyway. I basically live here by myself. I doubt any of you would have left your parents' homes if it had been like that. So whatever, that's that. You know, you can think whatever you want of that. I don't really care. You know, like, people's personal lives shouldn't matter to you at all. You know, so I've clicked on your shit. I've clicked on your names when you leave these comments to me, and you know, you say I'm not interesting or I'm not sincere or something like that, and I look at your videos and nobody's paying attention to your shit because you're not fucking interesting, dude. You're not sincere. You're not, you know, you're trying to put up a facade about shit. You put out these fucking stupid videos. You know, nobody gives a fuck. This is just who I am. I happen to be similar to TJ. Big fucking deal. Big deal. Deal with it. He's not, you know, there's not only one person in the world that's like TJ. You know, some people are similar to him. I've met other people that are similar to me. You know, I really don't know what to say to that accusation that I'm just copying off of him. This is who I am. It's who I've always been, for the most part. You know, once I got old enough to have a personality. You know, and if you're leaving these stupid comments, and the fat ass comments don't seem to stop. I know I shouldn't even address it, but like it blows my mind. Like, are you guys adults that are leaving these comments? Because if you're not, I guess I can forgive it. Even though, even in high school, people didn't make those kind of comments. Because even in high school, they knew that if they did that shit, they might get their asses kicked. But are you adults leaving these comments? You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. You're supposed to grow up. Grow up. You people assume I'm antisocial because I'm... From what? From what? How the fuck do you assume I'm antisocial? Because I'm fat? What the fuck are you thinking? You know? Adults look past those things. They look at what the person is really like. They look past that. That's what they do. That's what adults do. If you don't do that, then you might be adult, you know, legally, but you're not an adult mentally. Fucking come to grips with the differences of people around you. If you make fun of fat people, you're no better than a racist. And most of you probably are fucking racists, but you'd never call a nigger to his face, and you'd never call a Jew a fucking Jew to his face. You'd never say any of that shit, would you? Because you know you get fucked up. And you'd never say that shit to a fat person to his face. This is just your opportunity to do it. You'd never come up to some fat guy on the street and say some shit like that to him. I don't think you would, unless you're just fucking dumb. You obviously haven't gotten your asses kicked enough, and I'm not threatening you. I'm not saying I'm gonna kick your ass, whatever. You can shove that whole assumption up your ass. I'm just saying that you're a coward. You're a bitch. You're a fucking lame ass individual who hasn't changed since fucking middle school, and you finally found a place where you can make all the ignorant, immature comments you want. It's called the internet. Congrats. You know, how about you say something constructive? How about you say why you disagree with what I'm saying? Say that. Add something to the conversation. I welcome disagreement. Disagreement is part of discourse. You have to have differing opinions. That's awesome. If you think I'm wrong, that's great. But don't just fucking come on with that shit. You look like a fucking idiot. And if you're doing it just to be cute because I bitched about it, nobody thinks that's funny except you. And, you know, fuck you. Nobody gives a shit about that. Anyway, I apologize I had to make this video to any of you people that actually like my shit. I really am. I just have to put this out there. You know, I'm sorry that I happen to be interesting. Big fucking deal. Deal with it. Fuck you.